Yo, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about what I've learned from selling sports cards on Whatnot, specifically sports card singles and baseball singles. I recently just hit 1,000 sales or 1,000 like individual sales for sports cards, specifically baseball cards, because that's all I do with. I've done a little bit of football and basketball in there, but so far I just reached that 1,000 sold mark, which gives you instant payouts if you didn't know that. But now, quick before we get into everything, there's going to be a link down below for a Whatnot code. If you click it down below, it should be a link down in the description. It's going to be a $15 code for first-time users, and you can use that whenever you need it if you're a first-time user. But I've been doing this for about 6 to 8 months now, and I've kind of been learning everything along the way. Just kind of going slowly grinding it out. And that's one of the main things I'm going to talk about today. Is consistency is one of the main things that I have learned, and I was not consistent at all. I could have reached 1,000 sales sooner, and like I said, get instant payouts and everything, but I was not consistent. I just slowly did it. It's more of a side thing, but I do want to eventually build this up more than where it's at right now. But like I said, in this video, I'm going to be breaking down of what I've learned, what to look for, and how I started everything in this journey. And if you're interested in starting a Whatnot and everything, I would definitely recommend it and just go for it. And yeah, let's get into it. All right, the first thing I'm going to touch on is consistency. Like I said in the intro, consistency is one of the main things that I've learned from my time doing Whatnot. Of course, when you're starting off, your streams are not going to do well unless you have like a platform or anything. If so, then I would share it, get it out there, let people know you're going live. But your first couple of streams aren't going to do good. My first one, it did decent for my first show, so I was very surprised. But I thought I was going to be consistent after that. But after that, like my second show, I got like, I think I made like 5 sales for like $10, dude. And that's one of the main things I learned is if I was consistent, which I was not, because I am a college student and I do work part-time at my job, so I just did it on the side. But if I was able to do it consistently, like I did it mainly on Tuesdays, but probably once a month. So if I was able to do it every Tuesday for a month, or 2 Tuesdays out the month, I could go ahead and plan that out. But I was not able to, just because of my inventory and everything. We'll get down to that later. But like I said, you want to be consistent enough where people know, like say on Tuesdays, Cards with the Z is live, and you want people to know that you're live, so they have something, they have that to look forward to, and they know that you're live on that specific day. Like I said, over time I have gotten a bunch of buyers that have came back over time, and consistent buyers that come in my room and know what they're looking for. And like I said, you just want to be consistent, because if you're consistent with your buyers, if you can get those loyal buyers, they will come, and there will be those buyers that be along the way. You like, I know some that have been here since I first started, and those people really stick around and know that I have quality stuff, and that stuff that they look for, not exactly like quality, but stuff that they look for. Like I said, consistency is really key and the main thing I need to work on, and that I advise you if you're looking into selling sports cards on Whatnot. And that's with anything like the sports cards, like breaks and everything. You just want to be consistent on everything you do there, because it will really help you out in the long run of building up your clientele and everything else just like that. All right, the second thing we're getting into is where I source my inventory and where I got it from. And that was coming from card shows, card shops, eBay, Facebook, or locally anybody that knew. I would ask around. But like I said, that's where that consistency in that first part comes from. Is just I was not consistent enough. I wasn't getting in consistent inventory to run shows for Whatnot. But like I said, you just want to go and if you're able to, go to card shows. I would graciously advise to do card shows, and that's where I personally get most of my good inventories, card shows. But I have tried eBay and Facebook, but Facebook is another good one, because you can get some steals. But a lot of people are those people that I know what I got type of people, especially around my local area, which was very limited from Facebook and stuff, because people would post it, but it was not good inventory or anything. And same thing with the card shows around me. But luckily I am like 2 hours away from the Dallas-Fort Worth area, so I usually go to Dallas Card Show and following card shows around there. So I'm very lucky to live around there. But like I said, if you are doing it specifically online and trying to source your inventory, you just have to be very precise of what you are buying. Look into it. Don't buy something that only has like a couple pictures. Make sure to ask because whenever you're looking for these inventories, you want to buy lots of cards so you can run them on Whatnot. So make sure to ask for more pictures. If not willing to get more pictures, then just get off of it. Like I've been definitely like seen one picture and I was like, oh yeah, this is a good lot. And then I buy it and it comes in and there's base like Jared Kelenic, Wander Franco and stuff. So make sure to look into it, go into detail. If it's a good deal, work with them, and don't skimp out on it just because you aren't sure. If you aren't sure, just don't go for the deal, because there's multiple times I'm going for the deal and I wasn't sure, and my gut feeling was right, it was wrong sometimes. So that's one of the main things. And like I said, you just really want to make sure or have a main source of inventory, whether that's card shows, Facebook, eBay, wherever you find your mojo. And like I said, eBay, I have like a saved search where I just put a lot of cards, and then I think I limited it to like 120 to 100, and I'll just check it just in case. I have found decent lots on eBay, but most people, like I said, will sell like those cheaper lots of cards on eBay and card shows. So I'll definitely advise going to card shows if you're able to do that. All right, the third thing we're going to be looking into is what to look for when you're buying these cards or buying these lots. And my main key points are going to be rookie cards, big name veterans, numbered cards, autographs, or anything that stands out. It's like shiny, parallels, refractors, and stuff like that. Like I said, rookie cards, it's gonna phase out, go by year. You will see more, especially at card shows and online. People will be selling that year's class. So this year is a very good year for baseball, which is Roman Anthony, Jack Caglione, because all those previous years will get like washed up as people buy them. When I first started like selling sports cards, I wasn't doing Whatnot, but it was a 2024 class, and I really enjoyed flipping like Ellie De La Cruz and Paul Skeens and all those cards. That was such a good rookie class. But besides that, like I said, you really want to go in these card shows when you're looking through the lots or you're looking through dollar bins and stuff like that. You really want to look for big names: Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani, Roman Anthony, just big names that are currently going hot in the market. Like right now, I would say like right now, if I was going to a card show as of March or a week before the season, I'll be looking for Shohei, Aaron Judge, Roman Anthony, Jack Caglione, any big name vets or anybody that's popping off at the moment or like has hype in the media. You definitely want to go after them. But like I said, you really just want to look for these names, and especially parallels that are nice and look good on camera. When you have a nice ring light when you're getting set up, or like a good media light for your streams, they'll shine off really good. Like right here, I got this Wyatt Langford. Like this card will probably sell well. Like certain sets like Cosmic and stuff like that know what to sell, and we can get into that on this next. We're gonna get into that to the next part. But anything that's shiny, that will shine, that looks good on camera, right there. I'm a Wyatt Langford PC. That's why I have a bunch of Wyatt Langford right here. But you just want to something that looks nice. It could be like a Wyatt Langford, like Evan Carter, but as long as it's nice, looks nice on camera, if people are swiping, gets their attention quickly. So anything that looks nice in front of the camera, doesn't have to be a good name, but a player that people will know, the average baseball fan will know. And one thing I want to say to that is Bowman. We'll get into the next part. All right, this next part is going to be like what sets and everything to look for. And from my time and learning through Whatnot and stuff, my main things for baseball, like I said, I hardly do baseball or basketball, so I don't know. But whenever they come to tops, like basketball already has and football it's fixing to, it will go to apply to them. But most of the sets is Topps Chrome. Cosmic sells really well on Whatnot. Cosmic, like I showed y'all, that's Wyatt Langford. Topps Chrome, any Chrome cards or nice parallels like Diamante foils go good for me. Mojo parallels do good for me. So you just want to look for good sets. Like I want to say Topps Chrome, Bowman, but I want to get into Bowman specifically because you want to look for vets in there. Unless it's a big name prospect like Connor Griffin, I would stay away from Bowman unless you design your shows to do specifically Bowman, so your audience knows that you're selling Bowman. Because Bowman, it can be really hard when you get like that underrated or not very known prospect, and if you run them on Whatnot and you're just like an average baseball stream running Aaron Judge and everything, you're probably going to get killed. Like for example, we can use like Sebastian Walcott for the Rangers right now. He probably would not sell as much as he can. He is a little bit down just because he's injured, but let's say a couple months ago, if you put him up on Whatnot, I don't think his cards will go as much as if you put like a Connor Griffin or a Jesus Mate or anyone that's hot. Maybe not even Jesus Mate. I probably wouldn't even run Mate because not a lot of people know them because those are prospects and everybody knows these main stars. The average fan knows. So I would say specifically, if you're doing Bowman specifically, make sure to design your show around that so people know that they're coming in here. The Bowman people, there is a lot of Bowman people out there. There is Bowman streams, but they design their shows where people will go in there and know what cards they're looking for, and specifically Bowman. So I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. And last thing I want to get into in this video is what I want to work on and what advice I could give from learning from these 1,000 sales, there's 1,000 single sales on Whatnot, and what I want to build on in the future. And one of the main points, like I said, is consistency, so I can build it up, especially social media for my cards. I definitely want to build that up more, so I'm just going to be consistent, post the right things, know what to post to get engagement, and make sure I'm posting quality material. Buy the right players, and improvement over perfection. Patience. Also, patience is very key. I'll get into that after this. And then learn from other streamers, like go into there. Clever Cuban is also a good YouTuber that I watch. Bigsby. I don't know if he's on YouTube, but I think that's his name on TikTok. There's a bunch of people you could look forward to or look into on like TikTok, any social media. Don't be afraid to look it up. Don't be afraid to copy because it works for these streamers. But like I said, that patience thing is very key because your room could be popping. My room has been popped like 30 to 50 people, and I thought I had a Bobby Witt PSA 10. It's probably like a $50 card, but Bobby Witt's a good player to run. Everybody knows Bobby Witt. He's a good player to run when the room is popping. And I ran it, PSA 10. It's only like a $50 card, and I put it up. I thought it was gonna go like 80 or something like I see on these other streams. It sold for 25. Well, like I said, just be patient. Know what you're selling. Have a plan going into your stream, and stick to that plan. Don't like I said, if the hype is real, you can do it. It might pay off, but from my experience, it has not paid off from what I want to run, because that Bobby Witt was in another stack that I didn't want to run. Like I said, just stay consistent. That's the main thing. I could definitely got to 1,000 sales sooner, which was my main goal, to get instant payouts, because before that you have to wait for the thing to sell, or I think it's like $30,000 in change in total sales. I want to say 30,000 to get instant payouts, but I was not reaching that. I'm averaging around like $3 per card. But definitely, like I said, I want to branch out and do more for my little card business. It's nothing crazy right now, but I eventually want to build it up where it is not a full-time, it could be a full-time business, but definitely want to build it up right there. But yeah, consistency is very key when you get into this. And like I said, I'm still learning everything. I'm not guaranteed to like make you thousands off of this, but it's from what I've learned and what I want to share to help people that are wanting to start on Whatnot or still growing on Whatnot. So like I said, comment down below if y'all have any advice or just any questions down below, and I'll try to get to the comments. But like I said, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know if y'all like these type of videos. I could do more. And like I said, I'm here to help. Follow me at Cards with the Z on everything: TikTok, Instagram, Whatnot. I don't know what my next single stream is. Like I said, my main source of cards is card shows, so I gotta wait till a card show comes up, but I definitely plan on doing that soon. So see you guys next time.